Hi everyone, my name is Natalie Zimmerer and I am presenting to you the company Food for All. So to begin, as a four-year undergrad student from California Baptist University in Riverside County, I've become completely aware with the homeless population we have nearby, as well as how much food goes to waste here at our university, and I'm sure other universities as well. So from this stemmed the thought of how can we use these resources to help the homeless population nearby. So Food for All, as far as company identification goes, this is a food pickup service which goes around to grocery stores, universities, restaurants, and other locations and picks up their leftover food that was about to expire or was never consumed and transports it to the needy community. So with that said, we are going to require a small monthly fee for our pickup service to get rid of these leftovers and then bring them to, say, a homeless shelter or something along those lines. So we require the vans and will deliver and pick up, organize everything to facilities locally here in Riverside County. The homeless population, I believe, in Riverside County is approximately 4.6%, whereas nationwide it's at 3.8%. So we are a little bit above the nationwide average, and we have over 2,000 homeless individuals in our county. So this is why we want to begin our company here locally. So our mission statement is to eliminate hunger and hardship in our community, as well as reduce the wasting of leftovers. We will organize the pickup and drop off, and we will provide transportation to and from facilities. We will deliver to any services in need of fresh food, and this can mean homeless shelters, or it could mean just underprivileged communities, orphanages, anything like that. We are local to Riverside County, looking to serve those nearby, while also helping the community directly impact the homeless community with a small fee and sort of convenience that we're providing. So yes, they are paying the small fee, but we sort of view this as a donation to the homeless population, and or that is how our consumers will view this as well. And we basically just make this donation convenient for our population, so they don't have to do any of the work, but they're donating money and time to the homeless community. Sorry, money and food. So our vision eventually is to expand beyond Riverside County, because we're aware that we're not the only location in the United States that has an elevated homeless population. We specifically want to aim towards towns with universities nearby, because we believe this is where the most excess food goes to waste, is at universities. We strive to serve the hungry and serve our Lord as Christians. We want to serve those in need just as Jesus did in the Bible. The Blue Ocean Strategy is defined as an uncontested market space, making the competition irrelevant, creating and capturing a new demand, breaking the value/cost trade-off, and aligning the whole system of the company's activities in pursuit of differentiation and low cost. So, this is sort of where we strive. As a Christian company, we want to reach a market in need who has not yet been reached. So we believe the homeless population, yes, there are donations and services and shelters for them, but we wanted to reach them using resources that are at our fingertips, that are basically thrown out every day, which is excess food. We strive to be as successful as possible by serving as many people as we can, and we believe the homeless population has the most opportunity for us to serve. We also ensure a fair profit margin because we don't base it off of large profit margins. Our expected profit is to be about 16.8%, which, yes, this isn't very high compared to other business opportunities. However, we view Food for All as sort of a ministry as well, so giving back to the community in need nearby. Customer segmentation. So we're basically focusing on three groups. First, religious. We have conducted studies and found articles from Harvard Business Review, from New York Times, from Irish Times, that say religious people are more likely, specifically 20% more likely to give to organizations, to the needy. So we believe targeting this population will be beneficial for the company, since we view ourselves sort of as a ministry as well as a business. People in the age range of 35 to 85, because we believe once you hit the age 35, you're pretty much guaranteed to have a steady income. So we believe that people in this age range will have the funds necessary to purchase our subscription services. And then those who earn a minimum of $35,000 a year or more, we also believe will have the funds necessary to want to pursue our services here at Food for All. So these are kind of some visuals of the average household income in Riverside County. As we can see, it's gone up from 2018 to 2019, which is promising because there'll be more people in that 35,000 plus income group that we believe we should target. We believe they're making enough to want to pursue our services. They have enough to be donating back to the community, but they also may be working and may not have enough time to physically serve or physically drop off food to homeless shelters. So we want to be that sort of bridge to this working class, those making $35,000 and above, and the homeless community. So we're bridging that gap. We're making it convenient for the working class to give back. There's no excuse. The population aged 35 to 85, as you can see, there is over 1 million people in this age group. So we, again, want to target this. This is steadily increasing over the years, so we believe this age group will and always will be a steady age group to target to start with at Food for All. And then the religious population has skyrocketed. As I said earlier, those who consider themselves religious are more likely to give. And there's about, I believe, 40% of Riverside County considers themselves religious. So we believe this is a steady group of people to target in order to get back to the community, and they will be interested in serving our homeless population. So the industry segmentation, there's potential for those in the Inland Empire to have a heart for the homeless and want to do good based off of the segmentation population we are targeting. So first, obviously, the homeless will benefit because they'll get more food items donated to their shelters and other facilities. Universities, grocery stores, and homes will also benefit from our service because we do all the work for them and we reduce their waste. They don't have to worry about throwing it out. They don't have to worry about donating it. They pay us a monthly fee, we pick it up, we figure it out for them. And lastly, those homes who are signing up for a monthly membership and weekly pickup service will also benefit because, again, we do the work for them, and they will feel as if they're directly impacting the homeless community because they can see weekly where their food's going and sort of the follow-up with that as well. Also, the homes will and the general population will no longer feel a feeling of guilt throwing out their food when they know it could have gone to somewhere better. I believe studies have shown that about a pound per day of Americans' food gets put in the trash. So with that said, I believe about 2 million more individuals could be fed with the food that we are throwing out. So we just want to reduce this number and make it more convenient we basically want to make it just as convenient to donate food as it is to throw it out. So with that said, our profit margin will be 16.7%, and we projected this based off a net income of $100,000, sales being $600,000 a year, and we, as a Christian company, we like to rely on Bible verses to sort of explain our mission, explain our purpose. So what we like to relate to our consumers and our potential investors is Acts 20:35. It states, "In all things I have shown you that by working hard in this way we must help the weak and remember the words of the Lord Jesus, how he himself said, 'It is more blessed to give than to receive.'" So yes, Food for All values profit, and we find that very important in honoring our shareholders. But ultimately, we also want to glorify God and give back to the community in need. So yes, there is that sort of profit, but also we want to serve our local community. Location analysis. So as I stated earlier, starting in Riverside, California is ideal for Food for All due to the demographics of the potential customers. So Riverside has a median income of $63,000, and they also have a high unemployment rate compared to the rest of the United States. So with those two aspects, we have enough individuals making above that $30,000 mark to donate to our services and purchase our monthly subscription fee, but also we have enough unemployed and homeless individuals looking to receive on the other end. There's an unemployment rate of 4.6% compared to 3.8% nationwide. As I said earlier, there are more than 2,000 individuals who are homeless in Riverside County. So this number is huge. So we are looking to serve these needy individuals because there are, compared to nationwide, these numbers are skyrocketing. And we do have a lot of churches in the area as well as, so that's something we also looked at because there's approximately 328,000 people in the county that consider themselves religious. So we believe this is a large number that we can target who would value our subscription services. So advantages to location analysis is the large population, the average median household income, and the religious communities nearby due to the fact that they'll have a bigger heart for our service. Some disadvantages is we do value universities as a major source of food for our services, for our pickup services, and the two universities in the area are not the biggest universities in California. Places like USC, UCLA, we might be able to get more food to donate and give out. Another downside is California is slightly harder to get movements like this passed, so we would maybe have to take a few more steps than other states to pursue this business. So corporate structure, we are going to pursue a corporation, specifically a C corporation. So a corporation is basically a business operation that declares the business as a separate legal entity guided by a group of officers, aka the board of directors. Specifically, a C corporation means the owners, also known as the shareholders, are taxed separately from the entity. So we believe this is best for a business considering we're a startup and we're a little bit smaller. Advantages of this are the shareholders will have limited liability and their personal assets are not on the line. A disadvantage of this is double taxation because the corporation has to pay taxes on the net income and the shareholders have to pay taxes on the dividends received. So there are several application forms that we do have to pursue to conduct this business in California. They're listed here: articles of incorporation, bylaws or resolutions, EIN application, federal grant, and annual application for the registration for transportation, fictitious business names, and considering we are in the retail food business as well, there are certain permits and construction, stuff like that, that we may have to pursue. So we do plan to use social media to start up our business. We find there are many advantages to social media marketing. It has made marketing so much cheaper. We can reach so many more people via Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, for way less money than we were spending on print ads, television ads, radio ads. So more people and less money. That's a win-win. It also has sped up the time it takes to reach the consumer. So we're no longer sending things out in the mail. We can, at the click of a button, reach a consumer. We do also have more opportunities for people to share our stuff out on Facebook, Instagram. They can like it. They can DM it to their friends. We just know that the best form of marketing is word of mouth, and we believe social media is the best form of word of mouth. We're allowed to do more business globally and easier. We can reach a larger number of more specific targeted people. So we can be very specific of who we want to target. So as I said earlier, religious, minimum income of $35,000 and between 35 and 85. We have the ability to only target, say on Facebook, those three characteristics of people. So we are reaching the right people very easily. We also have more traffic going to our website, which is great. We have increased customer engagement, more feedback opportunities, reduction of market research, and better networking opportunities. So there are some disadvantages, especially if we do not conduct the right research before we launch our social media sites. We want to make sure that the proper planning takes place, and we also want to make sure that we have the right image already conducted before we put our name out on social media. This is tests that we will have to conduct, focus groups, surveys, etc., to make sure we have that proper company image. Also, once something is out on the internet, it's out there for good, so privacy, confidentiality issues may come up, but we believe that this is a risk that we are willing to take, and we will just be cautious when pursuing social media. We also have more likely to have to hire more staff in order to, and other resources in order to pursue social media correctly. We can't just take our average staff to do this. We need a professional marketing consultant to pursue our social media presence and different sites. Next, so as I said, we do want to pursue social media because it'll establish our company image out on platforms, but we do want to make sure all platforms align, and we do want to make sure we have our image set before launching. We must hire an expert, as I said, to remain constant on the social media aspect, and making the right changes and adjusting to our consumer base in order to properly convey our message. And we want to make sure we manage risks efficiently and effectively. So just coming about problems with the right policies and procedures. So the first competitive advantage for Food for All is making intentional relationships with the community. So competitive advantages are rare. They are hard to copy. Let's see what else. They are wanted by the consumer. Things like that. So we believe intentional relationships with the community are all of the above. So first, I'm going to start off by saying that the more closely we are connected to the people that we love, the happier we feel and the more personal satisfaction we have in our lives. So we believe that there's that community gap between the general pop and the homeless population. And we believe that this will be hard to copy because businesses tend to focus on the profit side of things, whereas we want to focus on giving back to our community. This is wanted by consumers because we believe the general population genuinely does want to give back to their community. They genuinely do want to donate time or money to the homeless population, but they just don't have time. And they just don't want to do it. It's just easier to throw away. So we believe that with our services offered and us being that bridge gap, consumers will really value this company, and they will really it'll take donations to the next level. The second competitive advantage for Food for All is our ability to follow up with customers on a personal basis. So after a personal survey I conducted, it's about 85% of people want to donate to a company that they can hear back from after. So for example, at your church, there's a group serving in Haiti to help their education services in the area. Okay, great. You want to donate money, but you also want to hear, okay, where did your money go? How did their mission trip go? You kind of want to hear what your money did and who it affected. So we believe that this company should act in the same way. This is rare because not very many businesses operate like this. And following up with customers of who their food fed or, stuff like that. They want to feel they personally affected someone's lives, and we will bridge that gap and make sure they know who they're helping. The third kind of competitive advantage is our unique subscription opportunity. We believe this is innovative. Yes, there's subscription services in our society, plenty of them, but there aren't many subscription services that donate back to your community, if that makes sense. So with a monthly fee, typically someone will get a pair of shoes a month with a monthly fee, something like that. But with ours, they get the satisfaction of helping someone else and having a heart for the homeless community and hearing back from them while they're at it. Core competencies, we are reliable, we are organized, we have exceptional customer service, we are flexible, and we remain technologically sound. So you can always rely on our drivers to pick up and drop off on time, rely on our workers to give you feedback of who your money affected, who it fed, what food fed who. Our customer service, since we are a Christian company, we value character on all our staff members. That's of our utmost priority, and we're also flexible. So we aren't a set in stone company. We are willing to serve in whatever ways we can. And if you need a unique opportunity or unique circumstance based off of your needs, we can make that happen. So our startup cost is $445,500 for the first 12 months. Visually, we came up with month 1, month 6, and month 12, as well as total one-time costs in order to come up with this. So at the bottom here, we see $86,700. That includes all costs we would need for month 1. So bank services, repairs and maintenance, utilities, supplies, etc. This is everything we will pay month 1. Same here, this month 6, we have the same factors over here, except it goes down to $74,700 because we don't need to pay some of these fees every single month, if that makes sense. We also have month 12 at $62,900 and one-time costs at $221,500. So for example, our building, we don't need to buy a building every month, so we have one-time costs. And this is what that number reflects. In total, adding all 4 of those factors up, we came up with $445,800. So as far as funding goes for the company, we are first going to rely on federal grants and subsidies, and we believe that we'll have great luck with this because there are great federal funding opportunities for the homeless communities. So we believe, since our main focus is giving back to them rather than gaining profit, we believe that we have the potential to get a lot of these grants, and that'll be our priority. And then next we will go to angel investors. So angel investors, we're going to go ahead and define that. It is defined as wealthy individuals or retired company executives who invest directly in small firms owned by others. They are often leaders in their own field who not only contribute their experience and network of contacts, but also technical and or management knowledge. So basically, these are individuals who have great success, who have great knowledge in this field, and they have the money as well. So they're looking to take a leap of faith with smaller companies and invest in them. And they also have, they also have a share of the company. So as I said, we'll first rely on grants, and then we'll focus on angel investors. So as I said earlier, $445,800 is our total startup cost calculated, with a total monthly subscription cost of $30 a month. This is the base price. There are variations. The variable cost per unit being $5. Food for All would need to sell 19,432 units in order to cover the startup costs. So if we plan to sell over 22,000 units, we would profit $64,775. This is a 16.7% profit margin. We would plan to pay back investors within this 5-year span. So this is kind of a visual of what I just said. This is a break-even analysis. As you can see here, the orange line, this is the total operating costs. So this is rising a little bit, whereas the fixed costs remain the same. And then our sales will generally increase significantly. This red dot is where we would break even. So that's that 19,432 units that we would need to sell in order to pay ourselves back. And we're estimating 22,000 units. So that's where that $60,000 profit comes into place the first 12 months. To conclude, with our delivery and subscription services, we are the bridge between those who want to donate and give back to our world and the homeless community. So we have the capability to not only feed the needy, but to reduce waste while we're at it, and connect individuals, businesses, and universities with a convenient opportunity to spread the love, spread their food, lessen their waste, and generally just give back to those in need. The Bible calls us to give back to our brothers and sisters, and we want to help with this by giving a little push to those who are willing and those who want to. Proverbs 3:27 through 28 says, "Do not withhold good from those to whom it is due. When it is in your power to act, do not say to your neighbor, 'Come back tomorrow and I'll give it to you,' when you already have it with you." We must act now as a community to extend God's grace to those who need it and spread love to anyone and everyone. We are starting in Riverside County and have the goal to expand nationwide in order to better serve our communities across the United States. Here's some of our sources, and I just wanted to say thank you for listening to my presentation on Food for All. We hope to work with you in the future, and we hope you enjoyed the vision of our company. Thanks.